Hi guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome. I'm Anne, and in this video I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine counterparts. That includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, and anybody that you're connected to. Please stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay, so the first card we got out was transformation, and this is a very beautiful card. It represents a lot to do with the transformation with divine masculines. There's a big change, there's a big shift happening with divine masculines. That maybe this relationship that you're in right now doesn't seem like it's quite, it's not fulfilling, or there's something missing out of there. That's because there's a transformation happening with you or that person. If he or she is not giving you enough of themselves, and they seem kind of like quiet, maybe there's something that they're going through that maybe you should like maybe have a talk or some kind of just sit down just to understand this relationship, because there is a transformation going on. Transformation is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that there's a lot being, brought out. So the divine masculines, we've been seeing a lot of shifts with them the last few weeks, and shifts are good because things can't go on like this. Things have to change. This is just the way it is in life in general. Maybe that person hasn't reached out to you for a while and you're waiting for that person. Why isn't that person contacting you when you know that they're there? You know that they're watching you, or they're seeing you on social media. You can just feel it, and that's fine. I'm not saying they're stalking you, but that's what social media does. We end up looking at each other's stuff. It's just a a tempting thing. But the thing is that you wonder, why aren't they getting in touch with you? You left texts, you left messages, and they're not getting back to you. It's not because they don't want to. It's because there is a transformation happening. Power of presence, power struggle. Now, this is a struggle that they're going through that you have nothing to do with it. So don't think that you did anything wrong. These two cards together represent that there is something going on, internally. When I say internally, I don't mean like it's going to, blow up and something negative is going to happen. No, actually it's for the good. It's for the greater good. If things stay the way they are, it's never going to get better, and you're always going to feel like you're stuck. Why does it feel like I'm always stuck? Why does it always feel like we're not going anywhere? Because a transformation is happening and you have to be ready for it. The other world, rebirth. So this is a new beginning. A beautiful card again. You're definitely in a rebirth energy. Rebirth means that you're being born again. You're being, replenished. We have two cards side by side to each other. I just noticed rebirth, transformation. That has a lot to do with what is going on with the energies currently and what is about to happen externally. So be ready, be prepared for it. Don't put too much energy into, why isn't that person, giving their energy? Why are they ghosting me? Why are they ignoring me? Or why are they with that other person and they're not with me? All of these answers, I would love to give them to you, but this is, like I said, this is for the collective. So I can't really give you a precise detail why, because I can only see, what I'm getting from here. So these are messages that you need to take with you and use to your highest good. They're not coming from me. I do offer my own personal readings, and the links are down in the description area. I always get tongue-tied. So anyways, what I was saying is that rebirth changes, and you need to be prepared for it. You can't just keep wondering and going back and playing it over and over in your head, because it's never gonna come to fruition if you keep on going back and looking at, why didn't this happen? Why didn't this come through between us? Why didn't she pick me, or he didn't go after me and he went for that other person? That's a question, that you can't keep asking yourself. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Remember that. You never do anything wrong. Understand? Not that I'm saying nobody is wrong, okay? But you did not do anything wrong to make that person run or hide or disconnect or just walk away. There's many different reasons why people do what they do, and the issue may not be you, okay? So that's the direct message for you. Someone I feel like is there that's blaming themselves, self-sabotage. Don't do that to yourself. Forgive yourself. You did not do nothing wrong, okay? I know that is for you. Okay, cathedral light. Okay, this is a very stubborn energy, stubborn stubborn feelings, stubborn emotions that won't go away because you keep thinking negative about yourself. Don't do that. I feel like you're going through this like phase maybe, and you keep like blaming yourself for the situation because he didn't come back, or he's not going to come back, or is he ever going to come back? Asking these questions over and over in your head, playing them, is only going to make them get worse. All right. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you need to do, because that's the only way any love relationship is going to work, is when you love yourself. When you start to love yourself when you're alone, you automatically attract that love to come towards you. But if you're always like pushing and, I'm not saying clingy. I'm not saying that word. I'm just saying if you're always putting the energy out there to get that person to notice you, they're not noticing you because you're not loving yourself. You're putting yourself on the line. You're like pushing, and it's not good. It really isn't. It's not good for yourself. It's not good for your higher self. Okay, I felt that was a message too. Miss of Avalon, boundary. You know what? You have to put certain boundaries up when it comes to what you want in your life. And if that person doesn't think of you too highly, you need to really think about that person. I'm not here to tell you to leave them or leave her, but if they're not putting you, I'm not saying on a pedestal, but if they're not, putting the effort, you have to take a step back. Sometimes they could be a narcissist. Yeah. Sometimes it happens, or egotistic, and you're just feeding into it. And you're codependent on that person. Don't do that to yourself. Everybody has different situations. And if that person is not treating you well, and that person seems to be kind of like on the toxic side, it might not even be a divine counterpart. It might be a karmic. Karmics come in, but you can't keep beating yourself up if you're, still in that relationship, because that relationship doesn't seem like it's solid anyway. So it's time to, think about things. I'm not saying to leave that person, and then many times that person comes back and they're completely the opposite, so I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to tell anybody what to do. Okay. Sacred space, positive outcome. Because when you start taking a step back, you start putting that energy out to yourself. You're saying, you know what? Here I am, God. Here I am, universe. Take me and mold me and show me the right way to be. That's the attitude you need to have. Not, oh, where's that person? Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you doing this? Why don't you do this? How come you went over here and you didn't call me? And how come you lied to me? And, you know what that person's going to do? You're going to just hide. You don't want that. You want that person to say, where you been? I need you. Please come back to me, because it's an automatic. Not that we want to do these kind of things, not that we do put these energy out there, but you need to put boundaries for yourself. Hey, you didn't come to me. You didn't bother with me. You know what? I'm not going to waste my energy, and I'm going to focus on myself. You can make a big difference in your relationship if you focus on yourself. I'm not saying to be selfish, but sometimes you have to put the boundaries up. If you had a very close friend, right? And let's say somebody's hurting that friend and you love that friend. Maybe it's a sister or brother or somebody close to you. And you keep seeing that person beat them up and hurt them. You're going to say, stop it. Leave that person alone. Don't do that. Well, guess what? You have that person inside of you and you're allowing it to happen. You're allowing to hurt. You're allowing the pain. Don't do that. Don't do it. I know this is going really extreme the way I'm saying it, but I feel like it's a message that you have to take with you. And you have to listen to it, maybe a form of it, maybe not the whole thing. I'm not saying you're getting beaten up. You shouldn't be anyways. You shouldn't even stay in a relationship if you are. And obviously you know that. But I have to just say that as well. You have to just focus on what your heart is saying. King of the fairy realm journey. Now this is your spiritual journey, and maybe the spiritual journey that you're on with your divine counterpart involves a lot of separating, a lot of negativity. Maybe your twin flame is not, really reacting to you the way you thought that they would react to you, and it's hurting you. It's really bothering you inside, that you're actually hurting so much that you just feel like the relationship's hopeless. It's not something you can do. It's not something you can change, but it's something that you have to just reestablish for yourself. Now, I feel like that's a direct message for someone. Each card seems like it's a different message than what is really on the card. It's spiking up a lot of messages. A lot of messages. This is a very powerful time. Divine creation, acceptance, personal commitments, and this is important too. For you to know that, it's a sacred time. And you know what? It's a very beautiful card, but it's also time to accept yourself, accept who you are, accept the love that you have around you. Maybe the love that people are giving you is not the love that you really want, because you really want that person to give you the love. That person is not paying attention to you. Person is not showing you enough love. That's okay. If they're not showing you love, then you need to show yourself love. And you need to just strike back, not strike back in a negative way, but say, you know what, I'm going to hold up my head, I'm going to put my hair back, and I'm just going to walk. I'm just going to move, and I'm not going to let that person get to me anymore. I'm going to tell you something. That's going to show a different light on who you are. The love is going to start like shining through. And that person that you've been waiting for, that person that has been neglecting you, is actually going to see you for who you are. Because sometimes people have, like issues that they don't see things clear enough. And when you kind of like shake the boat a little bit, or you might even say, you know what, I don't even want that person. There's somebody better out there for me. I mean, everybody is different, and that's why it's always best to love yourself. Put yourself first, not put other people before you. Yes, we put our children, we put our family. I mean, I'm not saying that you don't love, the people who are, close to you. I know we do those kind of things. But I'm just saying, when it comes to a relationship, you love your husband, you love your wife, you love them so much, your divine counterpart, but though they're not treating you right, guess what? It's maybe because you're not treating yourself right. You're allowing the negativity. You're allowing whatever they're going through to be thrown at you. Sometimes they have the issue and it's not even you, and they don't realize it. So they're very important messages here, and sometimes you have to hear it straight up, and I hope that the reading video resonated with you, and if it doesn't, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and maybe revisit this video later, because sometimes we're not ready to hear certain things, okay? And I also offer phone chat and email readings. The links are down below in the description area. Also, I have other videos, and I have articles about soulmates and twin flames to help you understand things about your situation. Yeah, I think that's it. So I just want to say thank you guys all for reaching out to me. It's been a incredible year, I have to say. And I love you guys, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't love you all, and it's a positive energy exchange. So until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.